Welcome to Pardon the Corruption. Tonight, we go inside the mind of a madman. Nick Reynoldson joins us. What's going on, Nick?
Oh, I'm doing good, buddy. Nice to see you. Nice to be on.
You just came back from Kingston, and one of our first topics is comedy in the age of COVID.
Yeah,
Number one, is there comedy in the age of COVID?
not in Toronto. There is not. There's comedy on Zoom in Toronto. So I've been doing a lot of Zoom shows, which are super sad.
Are they sad? Are they? Did you get a reaction from the crowd, or how does it work?
You kind of, it depends on how big, how many people are. Like I've done a few corporate ones, so they have money to give, right? They're corporate money, and so we're still getting that, still getting them checks. But you tell like 5 or 10 people to turn on their mic so you can hear something, and then you tell everyone else to cut it out.
Yeah, so you want the people who actually like have a reaction to have the mics on, not the ones who are mute.
No, yeah, and you want to see people, otherwise it's like you're doing a weird monologue, and you're like, I hope to God this is funny, but you don't know. And it's weird, man, because I just sit down like this and do my jokes, like, but some people like stand with a mic like lunatics, and like, guys, you're in your house, like you don't need to sit down and relax.
Oh, so you're not pretending like you're in a club. You're more like just like the way you're talking to me right now.
Yeah, yeah. Like I'm lucky because I have like conversational kind of jokes anyway, so it's not like like a one-liner guy that I'm sitting down like a lunatic.
Did it take a while to get used to? Like, did it feel weird at the start, and now you're in a rhythm? Like, how do you like how did that work?
Yeah, I mean, it's never great, dude. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you, it is not, it's not good. It's not fun. Like, you can kind of have fun, but I don't know. The whole part of stand-up is like being around people and seeing them laugh, and it's just,
Yeah,
it's the best we can do, I guess.
but you did come back from Kingston right now, and
I
there were
did.
there were shows there, and it was a live audience there.
There was a live audience. They surround you in plexiglass, like a 3-sided plexiglass, and it's really weird because of all the lights. Like it's kind of like a mirror, so you can't really see. You can see yourself. So you see, like, I saw me in front of me and then me on the sides, and it's like you're doing comedy to a mirror. It's very weird.
I imagine that's how like presidential debates are. You see those plexiglass; they're like
Yeah.
bulletproof. I imagine like it's something like that.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what it is. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I felt presidential.
Was it a socially distant crowd? Like how were there people out on whatever December 20th we are here?
Yeah, there were, I think, a total of like 25 people. Like, it's in a room for, I don't know, 300 people can normally fit. So it's weird, man. It's weird, but yeah, everyone's socially distant. And
Anything we have learned from your perspective in COVID that you're like, oh, but we discovered this about comedy shows in COVID that we can maybe take over when things go back to normal? Or is it like, thank God COVID's over, let's go, let's resume our business?
I like to not like touching people part. That's really good. And like staying the hell away from people. That part is amazing. I want that to continue. Like, I don't need to shake everyone's hands. It's disgusting when you think about it. It's gross. It's sweaty. I don't know if that's germs or sweat or beer or what the hell's going on, but
Let's dive in. Let's dive into it because you wanted to talk about Harden, who before we get to the Harden trade talk, did you ever rate Harden as a guy who could take his team as a number one option to a championship? Did you ever have that mentality that this Houston could actually do it with Harden as their number one guy?
yeah. Well, they would have done it if CP didn't blow out his hamstring. Like, I don't understand why people hate James Harden so much. He is amazing. He's amazing. He's like literally one of the best scorers ever to play basketball, and we don't want him on our team now all of a sudden. What the hell? Who are we? We don't
Okay.
want James Harden,
Okay. So you're all in for the let's get Harden.
dude. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, yes. I want James Harden.
Who would you? So you're viewing this current opportunity much like how Masai viewed Kawhi being on the market, a superstar on the market. He pounced on it. You equate the two situations the same way.
Yeah, 100%. I do.
Who
I
would you?
mean, this is the part where it gets scary because it's so much of my heart and soul, right? It's like we're gonna have to.
So I mean, I do believe the Raptors may have the assets to acquire a player like Harden. Would you feel comfortable giving up Siakam for Harden?
I mean, I think that's what has to be done. I would not feel comfortable, but that's what needs to be done. Like I own a Siakam jersey. I love that kid.
Okay.
But he's not James Harden. I don't think that's all it's gonna take to get that done. But yes, if that's what we're doing, 100%.
Yeah, we can throw in some fillers here and there. Would you throw in like Malachi Flynn, Siakam, and maybe I don't know, like pick your I don't know, OG? Would you throw in OG? OG?
You got to keep. You can't get rid of OG and Pascal. You need one of the two on your team.
So when you look at Harden's tenure in Houston, like it has been successful from a scoring perspective, but from a playoff perspective, he hasn't really achieved much. Like Houston has been, they got their ass kicked by the Lakers, and I get the Lakers eventually won the title and blah blah blah. But Houston struggled throughout the postseason. It's not like they looked smooth at any point where they were going to like take down any of their opponents. And Harden was a big part of that. How do you explain Harden, despite having a guy like, no matter what you think of Russell Westbrook, he had a half decent team around him. The style was catered to him exactly. It's not like the coach and him were on a different page. It was almost tailored for Harden. Yet there, he wasn't able to achieve what they set out to do. What's going to be different in Toronto about that?
I mean, we have a center that, we got a guy that can get some boards for him. And just, I don't know, man, we got better players, dude. Like they don't have a good team. They didn't have a good team. Russ was hurt or whatever. You know what I mean? I don't know. He's just so awesome. Like he's so wicked, dude. And it's a cultural thing too. Like I think the culture here is strong enough to, like we'll keep quiet when he goes to strip clubs. You do your thing, bro. Yeah. And then come back and you're here to work.
And given that the Raptors are really built around defense, that's what Nick Nurse preaches. That's what everything is about. You bring in Harden here, who is not a great defensive player by any means. No. How do you see that happening? Like, do you think culturally that's a good fit where your main guy, the guy who plays 40 minutes a game, is not really expending the requisite amount of defensive effort?
Well, he would have to. Like that is the cultural strength, I think. Like you're coming. We're a championship franchise, bro. You're gonna have to try on defense. At least pretend like you're trying.
Okay,
that's all.
Okay,
like right. I think he's unhappy. He knows he's not gonna win. He's like, fuck it. I'm gonna shoot as much as I can, score as much as I can, and then roll the dice. We'll see. When I get some guys around me, we'll go for the chip.
Okay. I mean, to argue your point, I think and I wrote an article about this a couple of days ago, was that the way the Raptors are built, it's not like they have this, for the next 4 years, we're going to be championship contenders. Like Boston has a window, Milwaukee maybe has a window, but the Raptors' approach has been, we're going to be good enough, and then when there's an opportunity to get a player like Kawhi, we're going to pounce on it because we have the assets.
Right.
So arguing kind of not against myself. I'm not I like Harden as a fantasy player. He won me almost won me the league last year until we got canceled. Yeah. But as a player, I have my doubts about it. Maybe it's a doubt about Houston's system more than it is about Harden. So sometimes I think he gets made to look worse because of the system he played in and blah, blah, blah.
That's exactly what I think, man. I think it's it was catered to him for sure, but that just don't do that.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like put him in a different system.
So it's a system problem.
I think so.
I think
system and personnel a little bit. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. So you're all in on Harden. Let's see what it is. On latest reports is that Houston's looking for like a 3-team trade to get the people they want. I don't know if Masai's on the phone. No idea. The Toronto media doesn't really seem to know much what's going on. The Raptors are a pretty silent organization. They don't let anything leak.
Oh, and man, it's pretty amazing how we're like the goddamn FBI, man. Like, keep everything in house.
If this was happening on the Knicks,
oh my god, dude.
All right, let's move on from Harden and talk about Jack Armstrong a little. You're a big Jack Armstrong fan. I think you guys interviewed him on the Talking Raptors podcast. He was kind enough to meet you guys at the ACC, and you guys had a very good conversation with him. You have noticed something about him over the last little bit that has caught your eye.
Man, that's what's going on. Jack Armstrong has a and I don't know. I assume it's because everything's locked down, so he can't get a haircut. So he's like, listen, I'm staying safe. Or he won't let his wife cut. Like my girlfriend cut my hair and destroyed it. That's why I'm wearing tubes all the time.
Can we get a look at what's going on? Well, I think that's just hat hair.
No, it's long on the top. It's the sides. Like you see this wispy part.
Oh, right,
It's
Oh,
bad, dude. It's bad.
okay. All right. You got a bit of emo thing going on, but at the same time, it looks kind of cool, though. It looks kind of cool.
Hey, thank you, man.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I'd get rid of the hat. I think that's you got something going on there. What do you think of Jack Armstrong's analysis of Raptor games?
I love it, man. What are you? I love it. It's not a deep analysis. It's very much like Dwayne Casey style coaching analysis.
Yeah.
You gotta dig in there. You gotta, he's that guy, and it's almost more like hockey-ish. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. The Raptors generally need to reboot their TV crew. Like,
Right.
just generally speaking, Sportsnet, TSN, whoever they got, it just needs a reset. I think we have guys in there who have been with us from like day one, like Leo Routens and Jack's been forever, not day one, but he's been there forever. And you see, there's a lot of young reporters out there who might be more in tune with what the hell is going on. As much as I love Jack and these guys, I do want to see some new guys get in there, some new guys and girls get in there who I know are very capable. So I feel like they're not providing enough zeitgeist. They don't have the zeitgeist.
Right.
And they're kind of speaking from a perspective that is a little outdated. And I would love to see, it's like some Blake Murphy, for example, like, love Blake, former RR guy. Why isn't he on TV? Or name your person. So that's my main problem with the Raptors TV crew, is that they generally need to diversify a little bit. They need a bit of a reboot. And unfortunately, Jack's sort of part of it. If you stack rank all the analysts out there, by any comparison, Jack is number one. Like there's if you compare him to the rest of the crew, he's for sure. Sherman Hamilton has a lot of good things to say, though.
Sherman's awesome.
I'd give that guy a bigger role for sure.
But it's also you're right. I mean, like the fan base is there's a lot of young folks in the fan base, right? Younger than the broadcast crew, so to reflect kind of be nice. I don't know, man. Like something has to happen with just cable in general, like that. It's dying. They don't understand it. They don't know. They have been like. There's a reason why League Pass is shit, right? Because our games are blacked out because they're encouraging. That's how they make their money from local broadcast. But it's not the future. Yeah. So I feel like the NBA is actually behind where it needs to be to, propel the game forward. Like I steal every game. And I would love to pay for, I'm not getting a cable. I'm not getting to get 2 channels. That's insane.
Yeah.
But if you gave me an app, and it's subscribe like a Disney Plus, and that way you get on a new platform, and then you can bring in, it's a revamp thing. It's a new way to watch basketball. Here's your Blake Murphys, right? Like that's the way to do it for sure. And I do agree. Like we need some juice in there for sure. Yeah.
Remember, it wasn't too long ago when the camera used to pan on cheerleaders and Jack used to be like, "Hello."
Oh,
and those days are over.
Yeah, that's yeah. You're not allowed to do that anymore. And I'm sure if we went back and listened, a lot of things went down. But also you love that old school. I love that old school. Like he was calling the Utah Jazz fans a bunch of yahoos. I'm like, that's great. I want that. I want that guy. That guy's like just a cool. I would love to drink a beer with you.
I actually own the his garbage get your garbage out of here T-shirt, which only has a trash bag on it.
That's hilarious. Yeah.
And I want to wear it outside, but it's literally just a trash bag, and it says "Get the garbage out of here." Like it's not like somebody would look at that and be like, kind of cool. It's just like, what the hell is that?
Why is this guy wearing garbage on his shirt?
He's got a garbage bag on his T-shirt.
Is this guy garbage? I don't get the message. He needs someone to design him better merch for sure.
I mean, he needs his own bobblehead is what it is. At the very least, that should have happened by now.
Oh yeah, that is also a beer opener, like a bottle opener. That's like just right there. Come on.
All right, man. Let's move to preseason. 3 games so far, or there's only 3 games this time around. 2 against Charlotte, 1 against Miami. We're 2-1. Anything caught your eye? I mean, I know we talked offline kind of about the big man rotation with Baynes and Boucher replacing Ibaka and Gasol, and I was trying to think back, and I'm like, I don't know if there has been such a big positional drop off in Raptors history where you go from those two to these two. And no disrespect to Boucher and Baynes. I mean, they're good players in their own right, but the drop off is significant. And does that concern you heading into the season?
Yeah, big time. Like it's that is Marc Gasol and Serge Ibaka. Like they're incredible players, and they did a lot for our team, man. And I don't think Baynes or Boucher are replacing anything.
I used to follow Baynes back in Detroit for a little bit when he used to play for the Pistons.
Well, and I don't know why you're following him. That's God bless you, bro.
I'll tell you exactly why right now. I'll tell you exactly why. Because that dude has always been pretty solid at setting screens. He is solid at like just screening a guy out without picking up offensive fouls, which goes a long way if you got a lot of guard play. And the Raptors are very ball dominant in the backcourt with with VanVleet and Lowry handling the ball. They require that screen to clear things up, like most teams do. And Baynes is excellent at that. So that's, to me, he brings that aspect of the game. I mean, the other two also had it, but I mean, he has that in him.
For sure, dude. Like he'll do like he's gonna have to do, and he does set hard screens, and little guards need you need to get that space. So yes, he will do that.
His jumper looks a little weird, eh? Like he's got that like 1 foot like going leaning a little too forward than you like to.
He's shooting like LaMelo Ball. I don't know what the hell is happening with his legs when he shoots, but he's on our team, man. I love him. He looks like Blake Murphy. Speaking of Blake Murphy,
project Chris Boucher for me. What's his NBA career like? Where is he in 5 years?
Where is he in 5? Might be back at a St. Hubert's in Montreal, dude. I'm not sure. I don't know. I can't project him. Sorry, I haven't seen enough. The kid tries hard, man.
Yeah,
he's got some skill, but he's like my weight. It's not good.
And that's the thing with him, especially against Miami. You saw that he was guarding Adebayo on a couple of possessions. And you saw that he clearly has the athletic ability to defend, but he does get turned around pretty quickly, right? Like he's wobbly, right? I mean, it's like you give him like a one crossover and he's turned around. He has good recoverability usually, so he kind of makes up for that initial loss of position by just having great athleticism. But projecting that out a little, he's got in my article I wrote like he's a guy who's 2 months away from being 2 months away. Like you got to evaluate him like 4 months from now and see where he is as an NBA player, because there's just not enough data with him against NBA competition to see what really is underneath the surface for Chris Boucher, because he really is just a tall, lanky dude with an unblockable jumper who tries really hard, as you said.
Yeah, no, we need to see more, and by God, we're gonna get it. And that's one thing he doesn't do is set solid screens. No.
I mean, when he sets a screen, the guy who's getting screened takes Chris Boucher with him.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He goes right through his body. It's
the dude is light, man. And but I mean, I think that's part of the season, though, is to see how some of these young guys, Boucher, one of them, what we have there once you scratch the surface a little. And this season really is about scratching that surface, unless, of course, we get Harden and the whole thing changes. But I mean, overall, I mean, that's what the season is. Or do you see this season a little differently?
No, I see this the same thing. Like I'm not gonna fool myself in thinking we're gonna be in the dance with Aaron Baynes and Chris Boucher at the no, it's we're gonna have to see what we got this season to let Nick Nurse go a little mad scientist and play everybody, man.
Let's move on to some more young guys. Yuta Watanabe. I got the pronunciation right, I believe, because Sahal corrected me last time. And I also, like, before this conversation, he texted me the audio pronunciation, so I nailed it there.
That was amazing.
What do you think of him?
I think he's a beautiful man. It's like when I first saw that's Sir beautiful replacement. Like, the handsome guy on our team. It's you don't walk right into that, strolled in.
So 1-for-1 replacement for Ibaka on the all handsome team.
Yeah, easy. That's all. He was just strikingly beautiful. Like, I don't find men often strikingly beautiful, but that he got me to raise my eyebrows there. Like, ooh, that's a good looking dude.
Oh, all right, fine, man. No arguments here, man. He can also ball a little bit. I think you were gonna. He didn't make the main roster, but or he did. He got a
No,
two-way
he
deal,
did.
I believe. Yeah.
Yeah. I
So
think
we're
we
gonna.
waived O'Shea actually.
That was surprising.
Yeah.
That was a bit surprising because I really thought that he'd be in there for sure.
Just go back to Mississauga, bro. We don't want you. I was shocked.
And from what I had seen of him, like he seemed like a decent, hardworking, power forwardish, like versatile player. Not a great jumper. I guess the Raptors just thought there were just other guys ahead of him, like Watanabe.
Yeah, and Paul Watson, I guess. But
yeah, I mean, you guys maybe talked about this a little bit on your podcast, Talking Raptors. The purple jerseys. Thoughts on the new purple jerseys? You big fan or what?
Well, I don't know. I have to see them, I guess, in person. But on my phone, looking at them, like they're not great. I don't know why we have wicked purple jerseys. Why can't we just wear those jerseys? But I'm like, use those jerseys, man.
Right. So if you're gonna go back to purple, they gotta be either just bring back what already exists, which is perfect. It's nostalgic. It's got the '95 feel to it. It's got everything.
Yeah.
Or you could take what they've done now is basically modernize the purple.
We really love that goddamn chevron. I'll say, Raptors love that chevron, man. She looks really cool on the court. The two chevrons on the court, that looks great.
Yeah.
I don't know why are we pumping chevrons on everything. It's aggressive.
One thing I got to get your take on is the Fred VanVleet deal that the Raptors got. In the postseason, you saw, with Boston, he got a controversial statement, perhaps, but he got pretty much, I'd say, destroyed by Jason Tatum when it really counted in that series.
Yeah, he got dummied. He got dummied by him. Yeah,
right. And I'm a big Fred fan. I've liked his game from day one. But when I saw what happened to him in that series and what Boston was able to do, basically switch Tatum on him and then operate from there and use his height advantage to kind of view what the defense is doing, pick the Raptors apart, take Fred in the block, operate from there. For the first time, I was like, oh man, I think we have a size problem in the backcourt. Do we have a size problem in the backcourt, like with VanVleet and Lowry there? And
I mean, you're gonna have to figure out the problem because we've got him for a while, right? But that's why I was hesitant because I'm like, I don't know if I want to pay a 6'1" guy a lot. You know what I mean? Just for playing basketball, what you're 6 feet tall?
He's listed 6'1", yeah.
So you're gonna have problems, yeah. And Lowry figured it out, So maybe Fred will get there and figure it out. But you definitely see that when you switch a guy like Jason Tatum on, you're in trouble, man. Like
I have noticed that on offense, at least, I think Fred has certainly expanded his range. I think he's realized that. Like he has a bit of a floater. I think he's got to work on that mid-range game a little bit more because once he gets past that initial screen, he gets into that mid-range area, and it's usually let's go all the way to the rim and try to finish there. If he develops something like a Mark Jackson game, remember Mark Jackson? Like he had that little weird floater, similar body type kind of deal, and he was very effective at that. I think Fred needs to kind of work on that. But what I've noticed so far is that he has tried to expand his range and he's taking deeper threes. And he saw that against Boston too. He's taking like 23 footers, 24 footers a lot more frequently. And I guess that's one of his ways of coping with the middle kind of being congested.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you have to find ways to score, man. Like you're a little dude. So it might be 25 feet. You might have to do the Dame. I'm hitting this before you even think about guarding me, right? Like,
yeah.
And yeah, a floater would be nice, and also hopefully the buzz and the money, he'll get more calls, man. Like kid gets beaten up.
Like, do you think there's a correlation between how much money you make and how many calls you get?
Yeah, of course there is. Yeah, they respect you more, man. You're like, dude. I'm balling,
check
son.
Out Basketball Reference, the salary sheet, and make their calls based on that kind of.
I mean, dude, if they're watching the league like we're watching the league, they know who's getting money, and okay, this guy's somebody, right? We'll give him, even if it's not like intentional, like it's subconscious. He'll get more, right?
You know what? I don't think anybody has actually done that analysis on how much what kind of foul calls you get depending on the money you make. And I bet you there might be something to that point, because as you said, like I bet refs follow the league even more than we do.
Of course.
Like they're so close to it. How could you not? You're like in the middle of the game. It's impossible for you not be fully engaged like once the game is over.
How could you? Of course you're a fan, and like you know these guys. You're gonna you have favorites. Of course you would. Just naturally as a human being, you like some people more than you like other people. Like they're humans. Yeah. And whether it's like conscious or not, but someone should do that study. I guarantee you, guys that make more money get more calls.
Yeah. All right, man. So let's end off on in arena experience and listen to you guys, you and Barry for quite some time. I know that Barry's of the opinion, and I've always kind of agreed with him on this point, is that the in arena experience at the ACC is a bit much, and you're
old
like
man talk.
Old man talk, right? Yeah. Did you enjoy the bubble?
I did. I love the bubble, man. I love the bubble.
So you love the calm, the serenity of the bubble, maybe a little bit more.
I think I might like it more than I don't want to see fans ever again. I love this. So
has your opinion maybe changed, or have you discovered anything that you saw in the bubble that you might want to replicate once the real games start?
Okay, this will never happen, but this is actually what I want. Like when we're talking about streaming and stuff, right? Okay. So I want an option where we can hear the players. Mm-hmm. I want all the swearing, like make it 18 plus, and you like you subscribe to that. I want that.
Yeah,
I think would be amazing, dude. It would, because every time someone would go for, a layup or something and get hit, they muted the sound because they know that, oh, motherfucker, they're going to swear, right? But I'm like, let's get it all. Let me hear it all.
I'll go a step further. NBA League Pass right now costs $140 mm-hmm. in Canada, in Canadian money, if you buy it today. I would pay double that, $280 for that audio.
Yes.
Easily.
I agree 100%, dude. I just think it would be incredible, man. Incredible and like hilarious but I mean, we're talking about what you can say and can't say right on TV. I'm sure you're gonna hear some shit.
It's not like that information is private right now. Like if you're sitting courtside, mm-hmm. those people can hear exactly what the players are saying. So it's not like it's information that only the players know or only a part of the league knows. It's public knowledge if you're sitting courtside, or if you have, or if you're part of the media, you get to hear that. Why not the fans? Can you argue against it? Is there a reason why that should not happen?
The only argument against it, I guess, is children. It's, but I mean, like, there's kids that sit courtside, they're hearing some shit, man. That's literally the only argument is that they want as many fans as they possibly can. So, 18 plus, like that's not what they want to do. They want to get these kids early. And you got them for life now.
Yeah, it's almost like you need on your. I was about to say the word TiVo on your TV. You need an option for like the other audio stream than just like you do with League Pass. You have your home away. You could have a stream for
Uncensored,
players.
Man.
Yeah.
I dude, it's a way to make money. I don't know why they wouldn't do it. Just do it.
Yeah, I think you hit it on the head. It might just be a NSFW thing, man. That's all it is. Yeah,
we just need that channel. But like I would pay $280. I'd pay $300 a year for mm-hmm. to hear people swearing, man. The courtside package is perfect. Yeah. Courtside, you hear everything and done. Do it, NBA.
I mean, we're doing the thinking for them, really, at this point.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah. There's gems in this. We got Jack Armstrong merch that. They're gonna steal our shit, man.
Okay, you mentioned Jack Armstrong. Let's go back to the broadcast crew for a bit. Leo Rautins.
Oh God, don't do this to me.
What do you mean? I mean, he's been there here day one. I remember first watching like hearing Leo in the initial season, but really he was edged into my brain. I was at, I'll tell you the exact location. I was at 33 City Center Drive in Mississauga. I don't know if you know where that is, and near Square One. And there used to be like a bar there, and we didn't have a TV at home, so you had to go and watch the game at the bar. Mm-hmm. And I think that there was a Tyson fight at at around the same time, so I had to go there for that. And the Raptor game was like earlier in the day or something like that. And I remember Leo going on about not keeping after a block, not keeping the ball inbounds, and how like he could have done better next time. And the play was like, I don't know, maybe it was like Carlos Rogers or somebody. I don't know who it was, right?
Yeah.
Like reaching out and like barely getting like his hand on the ball. And Leo's like criticizing him for like not keeping it inbounds, even though he blocked the shot, right?
Yeah.
And that kind of like, it just entered my brain and just stayed there. And then Leo made that point for the subsequent 25 years.
Yes, I've many times heard him talking about that. Like, sometimes it's Leo. It's legit impossible to keep the ball in play, and you got to block, dude. Like, what?
Would you be in favor of like another category in the box score, like block shot BS, and then BSI, like block shot and the play was inbounds, like the play we recovered the ball after the block shot. Would that be of any value to you?
We got too many categories, man. No, I don't. Do not put that in the game. No.
What's a category that currently does not exist that you would like to see on the box score?
Screen assists. Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
Describe that play or demonstrate it, if you will. Like, what do you mean?
We're talking like Baynes would have a shit ton, right? Because you just rock two guys, and now the only reason that shot exists is because you pick two dudes. And that assist goes to Baynes.
Yeah,
Track that.
I like it. I think it's simple. It's a little subjective, like some stats should be, really. You know what I mean? Like who gets the rebound, who gets the block there. Another one that I would like to see, in the same vein, is shots contested, like shots altered or contested, but not necessarily blocked. Right. And I know these stats exist in some of the advanced sites, but I'd like to introduce them onto the main box score that 99% of people check, right? Because all those other advanced stats, believe it or not, it's only a very select few check that. Like if you look at all the people that watch basketball, nobody checks the advanced stats. They check the main box score, and that's about it. That's a shot that I would love to kind of move forward into the real box.
Yeah, I'm cool. Like for average fans, like that's what we're talking about. Yeah. Average fans, I agree 100%. Like I would do screen assists.
Yeah.
Definitely not doing block inside. Like, no, that's insane. No, thank you, Leo.
What's on your playlist these days? What's happening there?
I'm listening to a rapper called Buddy from Compton. He's amazing, and I'm listening to a lot of Guap Dad 4000 and like Conway the Machine. And lots of rap, man.
Nick, thank you so much.
My pleasure, man. Thank you.